At the beginning of the project, we mapped the paddocks using EM38 mapping to work out where our soil variability was and make sure we were putting the probes in a representative location. On our farm, we put 2 probes in, one on the lower soil, which was quite light, and another probe on the heavier soil.
That was really good to learn to look at the soil variability. So we located the probe in position of where a soil structure which best represented a majority of the paddock based on the E38 mapping. The probe itself goes to a depth of 80 centimetres with readings at 10 centimetre increments, along with a rain gauge positioned on top.
We chose to put a base station in place and link the 2 probes up, and this technology allowed us to, if we choose to, implement more probes into that system at a later date.
So the data collected from the probe is sent via telemetry unit directly to my phone. It's an app on my phone which I utilise every day to look at the moisture within the soil as well as the soil temp. And then I can make decisions based on those readings.
The data is really easy to access on your phone. It's as simple as a click and we've got the graph up like that. The graphs on the porosity platform have been really useful in just trying to work out where our refill point is, our stress, our field capacity, and it's been actually quite useful talking to porosity and even changing these levels at times depending on our pasture species and the rooting depth of those plants.
One which shows the position of the moisture within the total range of the soil, and there's a raw zone there which is ready available water, and regardless of what crop I had in, I would always aim to be in that zone. So the second graph showed the moisture levels at the different increments as we went to depth, and this was useful for different cropping types based on their root system and how far we would need moisture down into the soil.
The probes have been really useful in handling different climatic conditions. We've seen so many extremes over the last few years of the projects, from a record drought into the last 2 years being record wet. The probes have been really useful in making sure we're starting on time, putting the correct amount on and trying to maintain it in the real optimum management zone. In the drought, we were really focusing on just making the most use of our water, which was a limited resource. And in the wet, we were just really focusing on when we needed to start back up irrigating, and also in our peak growing seasons we were finding that the plant water demand was often higher than we realised, so that was really important to maximise our growth window in those high growth periods.
So throughout the program there's been some pretty big on-farm changes to bring forward our scheduling, to be on the front foot, looking at ETOs and the effects of those and understanding exactly what frequency and volumes I need to get a response at the regarded depths for both pasture and summer cropping, which has increased our water use efficiency. I've also been able to transfer that knowledge to other areas across the farm, and we've seen great benefits with both our pasture utilisation and growth as well as our summer cropping programs.
The probes are very useful in our decision-making process on farm, whether that was starting irrigation earlier than usual and pre-empting when we were going to enter into a soil moisture deficit, making sure our irrigation equipment was ready to go as we were seeing soil moisture decline. Other useful decisions using the probes included ensuring we had enough soil moisture to apply nitrogen, and also using soil temperature for our sowings. Prior to the project we were often either underwatering or overwatering, and through the use of the probes we've been able to improve our irrigation efficiency, making sure we're applying the right amount of water at the right time. Particularly being in that spring growth period, and when that plant is really in that the zoom phase, I suppose, through that early spring flush, and the amount of water that plant can uptake and grow so exponentially, I think we've really picked up an extra window of pasture growth there, and it's also been particularly useful in improving how we manage through summers and ensuring that probably doing more frequent lower amounts of irrigation to just really maintain the health of plants through those hot summer periods. We had a system evaluation done. Overall we were very happy with the way the system had been designed, but there was a few little tweaks, and just reinforced the importance of even ongoing maintenance. It's cleaning sprinklers, checking tyre pressures and ensuring your pump's running efficiently.
A major thing was revolving around our pump and its efficiency and performance, and it just highlighted the effect that can have on your water use efficiency, and as well as how much power you draw while you're irrigating.
We found the investment in soil moisture metering probes very cost effective, and particularly under a centre pivot irrigation system where you can make decisions quickly based on the data, in front of you and being able to irrigate large areas quickly. I have also used the data to make decisions on other areas of our farm where we don't have centre pivot irrigation.
The ability to be able to transfer this data not from just this area but onto other soil types and have an understanding of what's going on and then increase the water use efficiency has been immense, and I'd quite confidently say that this sort of technology is paid for itself within a season.
As with any ag tech, support is really important to making the most of the technology. Brian Thompson of Porosity has been a critical part of this, and having someone on the end of the phone when we do have a hiccup or just getting a hand to interpret the data has been really critical and has made sure that we've got the most out of this technology.
It definitely pays to have someone who knows what's going on just a phone call away.
I've really enjoyed being able to show the benefits of this technology to other farmers, the efficiency gains, the productivity, profitability gains, and also show to the wider community that we want to be responsible and environmentally sustainable with our water use.
It's developed a lot of confidence within me and my decision making around irrigation, and I'm sure that that's gone on to other people in the district and their irrigation practices, and they've been able to build confidence.